Are there any questions from, okay, we've got 1, 2. Yeah, go ahead, sir. Please identify yourself.
Hello, yes, it's Colin Jacobs from the UK Evaluation Society. Thank you, Evert. Fascinating account and a political history in a sense. What I wanted to do is just be a bit provocative and ask you, what's your fifth wave, okay? Evaluation as prediction as well. And in a sense, there are some underlying kind of themes, political, economic, that you can see. And perhaps bringing this question together with the first speaker, we live in difficult economic times. Is this going to lead to a response based on this historical analysis where you could see a particular idea emerging? And there I'm thinking, you've talked about sediments, and I like that kind of geological metaphor. And I was thinking of, well, of course you can think of folding of rocks, you can think of extrusions and fissures, cracks, and you can think of erosion as well. And some of the kind of experimentation and imagination often disappears in a period of economic erosion. Okay, some of the imagination goes out of this. So I just wanted you to play with that idea and give us a prediction.
I think all of us should think about this, actually. If there is some fifth wave, or what is going on nowadays, maybe we can answer that question in the afternoon. I have heard about one candidate, ongoing evaluation in the European Union. Somebody has written on this. This is the fifth wave. The kind of evaluation they have now in, for instance, the social fund program and the regional funds, structural funds program, that evaluation should not be midterm and ex post. It should be ongoing all the time. And immediate feedback all the time. This is an idea that came up in the Commission when they deliberated about the former types of evaluations they had, the midterm and the end of the road evaluations. They didn't come to use. And then they came up with this idea. I'm not sure if this is a fifth wave or not, but anyway, it is an answer. Thank you very much for the cracks and the erosion and things like that. I think you can also take various parts of this wave and mix them together, as Nicoletta did in her speech today. That's quite possible. They are quite distinct as waves, as opinion waves, when you see them historically. But when you think about the future, of course, you can mix them together into maybe something new.
Thank you, Evert. We have another question, I believe. Did I see? Yeah.
My name is Koos van Elk. I work with a research company EM in the Netherlands. And I would like to refer to one of your first slides, where you talk about a mega trend in our time, an evaluation explosion even, and evaluation is everywhere. Well, doing research in the European Union, I need to say I'm blind, because I don't see it. And maybe you can help me. So I give you maybe two examples. One is we recently looked into interventions in all member states to support companies in reaching export markets. And we had many, many hundreds of measures in each of these 27 member states. But only a very, very small minority has ever been evaluated. And most of the evaluations was only the process and the satisfaction of the enterprises, and real results in terms of additional export outcomes was hardly there. It was a very small number. And several years ago we did something for DG Employment on employer-provided training, and again, most member states have policies in place, but the number of policies evaluated was really a very small minority. So I wonder it is everywhere, but I'm blind and I need some lessons to see, I think. Thank you.
Yes, I believe to some extent you are right. I believe this varies from sector to sector. In some sectors there are an enormous amount of evaluations, and maybe in some sectors there are not. Even if you look at the history, you can see that evaluation started in some sectors but not in others. For instance, the sector of education was very early. Development aid to developing countries was very early. Where, for instance, energy and traffic came later, environmental affairs came even later, and so on. So the evaluation was introduced differentially in time in various sectors. And this could have something to do with my thesis there, that evaluation is everywhere. I have tried to give an overarching view, of course, and I haven't really solved this problem if I really am talking about evaluation as discourse or evaluation as an organizational unit phenomenon or actually carried out evaluations. So it's difficult. But I would say that at least talk about evaluation, and to some extent in some areas also, actually doing evaluation has increased a lot. And also the organization of evaluation in government has increased. So it's one very popular recipe in the public sector, actually.
Okay. Okay, could we, there's a lot of hands coming up, and we're not going to have time to take care of all of them. So let me just take one more. We'll be together all afternoon. So for those of you who do have questions or comments, hang on to them, and we'll be able to have our discussion this afternoon. But I will take one more, I believe, at the back. Or no, a gentleman's already, yes, he's got the microphone. Okay.
I'm Kostas Dimoulas from Athens.
Can you speak
is
louder,
okay?
please?
Is okay now?
Yeah.
Can you say your name?
Dimoulas Kostas from Athens, from Greece. And I'm quite critical on the way you presented, you and Nicoletta Stein also presented this mixture of crisis and evidence-based evaluation. I know I learned from my school that evidence needs time. In order to have an evidence-based decision, you have to, you need in a way much more time than to prepare an ongoing evaluation, as you said. An ongoing evaluation must be up to date, must be always on time, and it's a kind of an omelette, not a lamp. It's like to prepare an omelette, that an egg food, not to prepare to cook a lamp, because evidence-based decisions needs much more time that is not fixed to the crisis turbulence. That's my comment.
I think that was a question to you. Well, because I didn't take a position actually on the evidence-based wave, if it is good or not actually. I just made a description, so I wasn't really criticizing it. I was just presenting I tried to make the best possible presentation of it, according to their proponents, so to say. But you are very free to criticize it.
Okay, well, we can pick up on that theme during the panel, because it also touches on Nicoletta's presentation. Evert, thank you very, very much.